Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. It's Jimmy Trades here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, share the channel far and wide, give the video a like, and all that good stuff. We greatly appreciate it here at Jimmy Trades. And of course, hit us up and follow us in Trade Foundry. Link is in the description. That's our Discord. It's completely free, and we live trade in there most days of the week. All right, let's head on over to the calendar, see what's going on today. Finally, we have CPI today, 8:30 a.m. Great opportunity to OSOC your evals. 50% off evals at Apex with code Jimmy. And of course, you can grab your Tradeify evals for 30% off for existing users and 40% off if you're a new user. So it's a great deal for the month of April. And again, great opportunity to one shot, one kill on OSOC with the CPI news this morning. And you'll see a link in the description or on the screen here somewhere to Day Trading Realtors stream that he'll be running from 8:15 this morning. So jump over, be sure to support Adam. He's a great dude, provides amazing value. Give him a subscribe, give him a like, and let's support the trading community, guys. Alrighty, let's move over to the charts. I've left some markings on there from yesterday because I want to show you what my thoughts are there. So we're going to start here on NQ. Let's have a look at I'm going to go to the hourly. All right. So we had a couple of trains of thought yesterday. One was we have this change in the state of delivery. And so we had a bullish idea while that change in the state of delivery was respected. Okay. And it was certainly respected. Now, I did try and short the market because I did think overall we might go down lower. We've got these relative equal lows down here. Of course, we can't help when we get this tariff news and the volatility in the market at the moment. However, what I want to point to is even though I did take a short trade off the high here after we took out the London high, which is what I was looking for, was for sell side after that, we did respect and continue to respect this change in the state of delivery. And we had this marked out yesterday. If you go back to yesterday's video, you will see the idea here. And it's just played out absolutely perfectly. We now have price has reached up to the -4 standard deviation. And we also have an S&T at the highs here. I think we possibly even have an S&T here. Yes, we do. We have an S&T right through here. This is the ICT SMT Fadi indicator. Great indicator, guys. Go and support Fadi. He provides all his indicators for free. So definitely look to support Fadi there as well. Now, looking at the ADR, this is the Jimmy Trades ADR indicator. We're already at 159% of the average daily range over 180-day look back period. And this has been consistent throughout the last week or so, maybe 2 weeks, that we've already exceeded what the average daily range is. If we have a look at even adjusting that, you can go into the settings and you can change it. Maybe you just want to look at the last 3 weeks, for example, using the week as a 7-day week, obviously 21 days, and we're at 92%. So already we've already had quite a substantial move today, just even based off that. I tend to keep it at 180 days, and I'll just look at and just check out what it is sort of for more recent information, even 90 days sometimes, just to see how different it might be. Obviously, it's quite a little bit different at the moment, but in saying that, it's still nearly at 100%, even just with a 3-day look back period. So, sorry, 3-week look back period. Anyway, so that's what we're looking at. NQ's completed its move. We've reached that -4 standard deviation. We have SMT at the high. Again, we'll have a look at that there. Now, if we move out to the daily, we've pushed straight off this order block here. This is valid for me because we're coming out of a point of interest. Okay. I've also respected this order block, and then, I just call it an order block, a propulsion block, or opposing candles, whatever you want to call them. It doesn't really matter. You can call it whatever you like. The idea is that price is respecting these levels and pushing lower. So even here came straight up, and as long as we respect the 50% level, which we have here, then this is valid. Now, we then have this SMT at the high here with ES. So ES has already taken previous day high, whereas NQ did not. But we have a small wick to the upside. What I am looking for here is that there is the potential for price to move lower. So I'm going to run with a bearish bias today. I'm going to leave that as is. And let's have a look back at the hourly. Now, we have a failure swing here. With this level here, we have a change in the state of delivery. That's not the one. This one. We have a bearish change in the state of delivery right here. And we've also, I'd like to really see if we get a good close below this level as well, then I definitely think we're going to continue to move lower. So let's jump over to ES now on the daily. I've got the same markings there on ES, but here you can see ES on the daily up into a daily bearish FVG here, and we've taken previous day high. This is where the SMT is, although the indicator didn't want to mark it out then. Because this candle hasn't closed, that's why. So we have the SMT here into our point of interest. And again, we have, a small wick indicating potential expansion candle. And I would be looking at least for price, if we do move lower, to come down and retest this 0.5 of the previous day's range. Okay. And that's not to say that we don't potentially move higher first. Let's have a look at the 15 minutes. So we have the session highs open. Yeah. Will we see CPI clean out these highs and then a move lower? Well, I think we're going to go lower. That's possibility to see the session highs swept. Okay. And looking at the hourly, here we have that SMT at the high as well. Put that on. Should see that SMT through here. It won't work on ES because I've only got it working for NQ. So that's my bad there. So yeah, so that's what I'll be looking for. Either we run the session highs out, or we even just come back up. And we've still got a little bit of time until New York open and CPI. So we might see CPI run the high and then see price move lower from there, and then see how we go about retesting this gap. And this daily range looks like it's also around the 50% level of that previous day, that hourly FEG here as well. It's pretty much bang on. You can see that dotted line there. All right, so that's what we're looking at for ES. They'll run for bearish as well for ES. And again, just a reminder, guys, you can grab your Apex and your Tradeify evals ready to one shot, one kill at the CPI news drop. All right, moving over to oil. Oil had a really good move yesterday, quite a strong move actually. Considering we were looking to run the lows down here, and this is our target area, that's still valid to me. Even though we did have this very strong swing point candle here. Now we have swept out previous day high. So I'll be looking for price to either come down and respect the 50% level of the previous day's range, or hold here at the 25% and then bounce. Or if we go down to the lower time frame, which is what I'm going to use here for some validation, is have a look at, first of all, we have, what I'm going to do, just clear this up a little bit. First, I want to look at this move here. So here we had change in the state of delivery. And I'm just going to use the line chart. Yeah, okay, that's right. So it's going to be through here. That's where I'm looking for the change in state of delivery. That's our bullish one. Reason I use the line chart is to look at whether this was just a fractal move or not. So you can see when we moved to the line chart, there was actually no up move there. Even though it's a bullish candle, it's irrelevant. This is one move, okay? So here we have change in state of delivery. This is also a valid bullish breaker with a FEG aligned. So we have a unicorn here. If we run our standard deviations from the high to the low, we actually haven't reached up to the -2 yet. We've come up to the -1, sort of midpoint there. This would have been a really nice level for price to reach for, in my opinion. We've got this wick, and those wicks for me are strong liquidity pools, and it's into a bearish FEG there as well. So I would have liked to have seen price run up there. We now have a bearish change in the state of delivery. So for me, this is where I'll be going. Okay, we're sort of stuck between PD arrays. We've got a bearish idea and a bullish idea, but there's still room to move. Even if price wants to come down and test this level, there's still an opportunity to get into a short down to this level if that's what you want to do. This for me creates a neutral bias. And if I run the standard deviations here, we're back down to this sort of breaker level for a target area for short. All right, so what we're going to look for here now is, do we come up, test this bearish FEG, and then continue to move lower and test this level? That'll be the next area I'll be looking for. If price doesn't find some structure here and move higher, then we continue to move lower, looking at this change in the state of delivery for price to test. And if we fall through that, that's invalidation of the bullish move. And we'll be looking to run lower and hopefully target that low that I had marked out previously. This one down here. So that is oil. Moving over to Euro futures. Interesting. We had a pretty decent move and then we sold off and we've closed back inside the range of the previous day. Now, not out of a point of interest. However, that is the Wednesday putting in the high of the week, so it's potentially a midweek reversal. And we need to have a look at what Dixie's doing as well. Are we in a weekly point of interest? Okay, so we've come out of this bullish FEG here on the weekly and started to expand higher. We have these equal highs here, great draw on liquidity. So again, you know, like an A+ liquidity pool up here. If we go to back to the daily, and the reason I looked at the weekly there is because price isn't actually sitting at a point of interest unless you just were to say take this opposing candle run here and then say mark out your 50% level, and prices come down and found support there, so that we can use that as the level of support, and it looks like we're potentially going to expand higher. Let's move down to the hourly. And so we've got our reversal here. Clear some of this stuff up. Prices has respected the change in state of delivery and the bullish breaker here. And although we did get a change in state of delivery for a bearish move lower, we found this support level. And this is similar to what I was saying with oil. We got a bearish change in the state of delivery here, and prices come down and found that support it needed down at this level. So I'd be looking for previous day high here as the low hanging fruit. Okay, so previous day high, low hanging fruit. That's where I'll be looking for price to reach for, and then this target area. So I'm actually going to run bullish for Euro futures and see how we play with that. Now, as the inversely correlated asset, let's jump straight over to Dixie. And if it's telling us a true story, then we should have a bearish bias. But we'll let the chart tell us first and foremost. Coming out of this gap, okay, so this new day opening gap here. And we're continuing to expand lower. And this low resistance liquidity build up through here now as well. Lovely expansion candle here on the daily. Bid price has respected this change in state of delivery. We came up, even though we closed through, we immediately closed back through, and we gapped as well. So we got some displacement here. That was yesterday's opening. And we've come back up. We've respected this bearish FEG, tiny, but it's there. So yeah, I'll definitely be looking for price to run into the low here. That's my low hanging fruit. So that's the Wednesday low. Looking at previous day low here to be taken. Moving over to gold. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's go back to the hourly. Wow. I mean, it's just really, really nice to see your ideas, your markups on the chart. You know, this is not hindsight at all. If you go back to yesterday's video, this is already on the chart, and we've seen gold just continue to push all the way up to this -4, and look what it's done, reacted right at that level. Now we have got a candle closure back inside the range, but we've also expanded lower. So we've had multiple. So if you look at this as your swing point candle, this is your candle 3, candle 4, and then we've pushed into a bullish FEG, and we've found support there. There's no change in the state of delivery yet. We are looking to take these highs. That's where I'll be looking for. Now, we've already swept previous day high, but look at this. I mean, yeah, this is just lovely. So that's what I'll be looking for. Looking for that Friday last week, that Friday high, to be swept. So that's our draw of liquidity. And then we've got the devil's mark up here. We've got no wick. So another A+ draw liquidity. And if we go to a lower time frame, we can see that right through there. Look at these failure swings. Okay, this is great low resistance liquidity right through here. So that's what we're looking at for gold. Bullish for gold. Jumping over to GBP. And we can see same idea here. Price has respected everything we've put on the chart so far. We can see that bullish breaker here. 50% of that has been respected. We bounced, we literally ticked straight off of that level. Beautiful little move. And look, yes, it's a little bit choppy, but we are respecting bullish PD arrays. You know, we're getting displacement and showing respect to that displacement as well. I'm looking for price to want to continue up to this -2 to 2.5 region. All right, nice. Jumping over to Bitcoin. Hey, I don't mind having my bias wrong on Bitcoin, especially when I was bearish and price had a nice move yesterday. So that's really, really nice to see. We managed to get some support here and a nice move. We closed through this bearish FEG. And I'm just going to clear this off here. And just remove some of this for now. So we closed through and now we've retested that, which is fantastic. Low hanging fruit, previous day high, simple one on that. And I'll be looking for price to expand higher, if particularly if CPI is kind. Potentially we could see, you know, these failure swings and this high taken out. So bullish for Bitcoin today. I like it. I like it. And we've only expanded 37% of the average daily range currently. So plenty of room for price to want to move higher. Fantastic. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate your support. You definitely help support the channel when you grab those Apex and Tradeify evals. It helps us right here at Jimmy Trades, and we greatly appreciate it. We do provide tons of value. So please share the channel far and wide. That's what helps us too, to get it out to as many traders as possible. And we are growing. Trade Foundry, we've exceeded, I think we've got 260 members now, which is amazing. The YouTube channel over 1,350, which is great, but there's still tons of room for growth. So please support us by sharing the channel far and wide. Thanks, guys. We'll catch you over in Trade Foundry a bit later on. Don't forget to OSOC today. Bye for now.